It comes down to a few things. We got to prepare, push and protest. We've got to patronize strategically, and we've got to pivot. So what do I mean? First, we need to prepare. We have to prepare our families and our communities. We've got to get our information together, being much more diligent about what information we receive and where we receive that information from. We got to prepare for upcoming elections next year that'll be critical by making sure that we're registered to vote and make sure that all of our family members are registered to vote. You know, in this moment that we're in is going to take us using every power available to us. And we're going to have to take care of each other. We're going to have to look out for each other and resist together. Secondly, we're going to have to push back and protest. We've got to push our leaders to protect our rights at all costs. We got to call our Congress people, go to state legislatures, walk the halls of Congress, do things that some of us have never done before, but in this moment it requires that. We've got to push those in positions of power to look out for our rights. And we also got to push companies that we're working with that we're working within. We've got to use our power wherever we are, whatever institutions that we're in, to make sure that we're pushing within those institutions and pushing those institutions that we support. And most importantly, we got to push back against this culture of fear that wants us to be paralyzed and feel a sense of hopelessness and make us forget that we have collective power. You know, third, we've got to think strategically about who we patronize. In this moment, it is critical that we use not just our political power, but also our economic power and cultural power. Black people have a sizable amount of resources to make this economy roll. Over $1 trillion that we have in consumer power in this country. So we've got to make much more strategic decisions on how we spend our money and who we spend our money with. And that's why we've been working on this campaign called We Ain't Buying It campaign for the Thanksgiving holidays. This is one of the top retail holidays of the year. So we're going to use our power, our collective power, to stand up for people, put economic pressure on those companies that are aligning themselves with policies and people that are seeking to harm us. Finally, we've got to pivot, y'all. We've got to shift from seeing ourselves just as subjects of this nation and citizens of this nation to start seeing ourselves as founders. We've got to start thinking as founders of a new America, the nation that we desire and that we deserve.